pretty quickly out of college, worked for Pfizer Pharmaceuticals, did that for, gosh, over 6-7 years. So went in, talked with doctors. I was a drug pusher. I know it's controversial right now, but
straight up drug dealer.
I know. That's okay. But I ended up like absolutely loving it because I love relationships. I love relationship sales.
With that, we'll get started. Maybe Ashley, you could kind of kick us off and give us just a little kind of like rundown on your background, who you are, what you do, and speak to the crowd.
Cool. Gosh, ladies' night with Gabe. Bow chicka wow wow. I like it. I'm so excited to be here. When you asked me, I'm like, yes, absolutely. I would love this. I think there's some badass women in this group that I would love to see emerge to leadership. I always am a fan of seeing women on stage and talking and sharing their successes. So I hope that can happen. But my background is I'm a sales girl kind of through and through. So I pretty quickly out of college, worked for Pfizer Pharmaceuticals, did that for, gosh, over 6-7 years. So went in, talked with doctors. I was a drug pusher. I know it's controversial right now, but
straight up drug dealer.
I know. That's okay. But I ended up like absolutely loving it because I love relationships. I love relationship sales. I loved being able to basically go and visit my friends, it felt like every day, and I got paid for it. So that was amazing. So then moved from Oregon to California and became a stay-at-home mom. Gosh, was that a shocker for me because I loved working. I'm a driver, and so as soon as I had to sort of take that role and sacrifice that for my family, for what I, felt like I wanted to do. It was very, very tough transition, let me tell you. So any moms out there, stay-at-home moms or corporate, moms that now have to, kind of take a seat and do that, it's the hardest job I think I ever did. So, I did, so then I have 2 little ones. And when they started to become a little bit older, where I felt like, okay, time to go to school and mama wants to go back to work. That's when I, instead of going back kind of to the corporate world, started my own promotional marketing company and started that from scratch.
How old were the kiddos when you decided to do that?
I think Everly, my youngest, was 2. Maybe before that, because I've done it for 5 or 6 years now. So my son was, like a couple years old, and they were really little. I remember Everly was so young; she would hear me on the phone all the time. And my company, this is a funny story, actually. I got to tell it because this is ladies' night, so we got to tell like the little stories, but. I have a video somewhere of Everly. My company was called Effective Marketing, and she'd hear me all day long on the phone. And she comes in with her fake phone. I think she's like 1, and she's like, "Hi, this is Ashley with Effective Marketing," and she couldn't say effective, and so she also knew my frustration sometimes with my job. And so there were days where I was like, Effective Marketing, like I was not, but so that's kind of a joke. But yes, so she was young enough to not say effective properly, but old enough to know that mama's on the phone and working. So, so even when she, didn't even go to school yet, I was still kind of starting that business and doing that from home. And then, actively doing that. And then, as you guys probably know, then started my program where I now get to teach others how to do it. And so that was probably a year ago in October. So busy doing that as well.